Hello. Hello. Blessed be. Happy springtime. It's April 11th, 12th. April 12th. Oops, what?
No. Keep going.
This is, hello. This is Zsuzsana Budapest talking to you on April the 12th. And it's springtime here in California. We have kind of sucked in days, which is normal for our summertime. It's already started. So here, I wanted to talk to you about a movie that we saw with Marcy the first time we got out of the house and Netflix to see a movie in a movie house. We were the only ones in the entire hall. Private screening. And I was impressed by this movie. First of all, because I adore animation, and they had a lot of Japanese people working on this, a lot of Japanese magnificent lore has been woven into this. And so here it is. It's called Raya, the last dragon, the last of the dragons, whatever. There were more dragons, there was one left. She received from the sister dragons the collected energy of good times and peace and happiness, and it was entrusted to her. And then, of course, there are the evil forces who come and break it up into pieces, and everybody's fighting for the pieces. And there are like four big, five groups of evil people who were after to put it together, but they wanted it for their personal power and not for bringing back unity and trust among the people. And to me, this whole movie was about women trusting each other. The major characters were all female, the good and the bad, and essentially it all depended on women to have trust. And the trust issue is very, very sketchy for us. I mean, I hear bad things, and some bad things have happened to me, Emma, with trust or the lack of it. I'll excuse the airplane going overhead. So to me, that was a good premise that by everybody putting together their trust into the hands of somebody they can empower with it and then not getting ripped off was a good theme. Um, a lot of the dialogue was about everybody has powers. Some had the light, the glow. Some had the rain, the rain. Now, the main dragon, the one that was left from the many others, was an amazing creature because she was also a shapeshifter, but she shifted into a white-haired crone, but she's very nimble. And as soon as she hit water, she could even fly because in the rain, the water was in the air, so she could hop on top of clouds. And it was deeply entertaining to hear all these different attitudes about trust. And I thought we should make a big topic out of it because right now, the way it is in my world, that the reason some of us don't wear the mask and don't get shots is because you don't trust that this is not going to hurt you. In the meanwhile, you are hurting yourself and your sisters and brothers around you. And to see ourselves as a human family has been lost in our patriarchal culture. They only see each other and help each other and back up each other and look away when there's something, crime happens. That is only for the white males, and they still wanting to kill all brutes, which is everybody else who's not them. And they don't respect women, but they need women so that their DNA can live on and it can be passed down. So in essence, today, women finally became aware of the fact that immortality is in our genes, and whosoever we continue make a child with, that guy's immortality is assured. In the animal kingdom, usually when they fight, male fights males, it is because they are fighting for access to immortality, which is the females. So to me, it was many layered teachings in this movie. Most of all, it was deeply entertaining because it was gorgeous. The voices were fine. All the writings were non-offensive. There was nothing offensive about it. And the women fight each other fiercely. And I thought, okay, enough of that. Every time now, any movie, any new movie that comes out has a female positive character who has to fight the evil female character, and it gets very gory. And I don't think that what holds us back from equality is the reason that we don't go and get a gun and mow down a bunch of males, which is what the males are doing. When they get a gun and they have an issue with their happiness or the lack of it, then they like to go into a group and mow down the women and the children and also the men. So I think the culture is starting to be aware of the fact that there are enough of us who would support a cultural product that promotes trust amongst us humans. This idea of the humanness is totally lost in our culture through the language. I mean, male, female used to be womb, man, one word. Then different patriarchal cultures arising, like for example, the worst was the German who gives sexes to everything, everything. Dirty dust is just, if you don't get your dirty dust down, you cannot speak proper German. In English, it's better, but in my country, in my language, which is a minority left over from a much more ancient culture, we don't have any dirty dust, he, she, it. It's not necessary. From the context of the text, of the narrative, you know who is what sex when you need to. Otherwise, it's just human. Human is good. Human is a great idea to adhere to, and to create trust amongst human is the key to get back paradise, which is our planet. This planet has some nice, good times ahead of it, but eventually, guess what? The greatest democracy that nature has is death. Everybody dies. Everybody. They may get old and constipated, like Mitch McConnell, or the Trumpers, or whoever. We all get old and we die, and that doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. You go down. So think about it that way. This is paradise. Act with trust towards each other, and hopefully it engenders trust back to you. Without trust, there is no peace. Without peace, there is no prosperity. Without prosperity, people are dying from lack of water, lack of food. Children are stillborn. So don't ruin this for all of us. Patriarchy must go down faster than this. And women must rise a little bit more supported by each other, by trusting each other, not saying, oh, well, why should she go up there and I don't know? Because we are not just women, we are humans who made all the humans. We are womb man. We created everyone, like the goddess created the universe. So let's behave with peace in our hearts, stop bitching with each other, talk positively, honor each other for just being alive. Every one of us should congratulate each other for surviving a plague, a modern plague. So help each other by wearing your masks, taking your shots, watching everything. Be more conscious of what you're doing. And in the world, remember, this is paradise. And every time you make a choice, you are goddess. And that's from me to you. Blessed be.
This is what they do in the movie.
Oh yeah, this is the well. That's how we do it in real life. And be well. And now you can go out. Okay.
See, now I'm gonna make sure it gets saved.
Yes, because I lose these things regularly.